Over the next few weeks, I'm going to embark upon a challenge where I speedrun building an agency business from $0 to $10,000 a month in profit. Now, my best friend and I have gotten up to about $30,000 a month in profit with an agency before, but we've been focusing on something else and have fallen off that train. So this is me getting back in the saddle and to just prove that you can still build businesses and make really good money fairly fast. And that being said, I will attempt this challenge in less than 2 months, so that's less than 60 days to go from $0 to $10,000 a month in profit, cash collected. I will also be breaking down how you can build this type of business yourself throughout. I'll show you the entirety of the process, and I will spend exactly $1,000 on Freelancers to practically build a lot of the business for me, and that's to prove that you can easily outsource and see a direct return on your money with a whole lot of this business and very similar models. So what are the rules? First, I must build an agency selling services to other businesses in a completely new niche that I've never worked in before. That means I don't have relevant case studies, testimonials, etc. Now for rule number 2, the goal here is $10,000 a month in profit, but the minimum is $5,000 a month. If I don't hit at least $5,000 a month in profit over the next 60 days, then I will fly to Thailand and train for a fight. So those are the stakes, and comment where I should go in Thailand if I do not hit, in fact, that $5,000 a month. Now for rule number 3, I have exactly $1,000 and no more to spend on Freelancers, but I also still want to prove that you can build this business from zero if you're just starting out. So for rule number 4, I will be cold calling myself to show that you can get clients just starting from zero. So for rule number 5, I cannot use anyone that I've worked with prior to actually deliver the services. That means either I'm doing all the work myself or I'm hiring someone completely new to get the work done. I also cannot use any sort of influence from this YouTube channel or my other social media profiles, and I cannot use any clients that I've worked with prior, so say a referral from, a current client. Now I'm going to be breaking down as much of the business as possible on how I'm actually doing it while I build the business, but make sure to put in the comments what you want me specifically to expand upon, whether that's how I cold call, paid ads, anything at all like that. So now, considering it is officially day 1, we're going to hire the freelancers. Now, quick note, I do want to make 100% clear here that we are using these freelancers and hiring them to help with the sales side of the business. So we'll be hiring these freelancers on Fiverr, and they will do a lot of the sales work for us. So building the website, running ads, cold calling, getting clients, getting appointments, and so on. What we're not hiring them to do is to build the delivery side or actually provide the services of the business. And in a few minutes, you'll see me spiel about sort of what the actual business entails, as well as the sales side of the funnel and the delivery and so on. But for now, just keep in mind that we are hiring these freelancers to do much of the marketing and sales infrastructure and then lead generation. Once again, to prove that we can get a lot of utility and see an immediate and direct profitable return from hiring these freelancers on Fiverr. Okay, it is now time to hire a bunch of people to practically build this business for us. First up, we're going to hire people to find leads that we can use to call, to run ads to, etc. So there's one right here and a second right here. Now that those are ordered, we're going to get into someone that will help the website rank organically. And then of course, we need a page on the website to target the demographic that we're going after. So now we'll get that started. Then for the fun stuff, we need someone to make images for our ads. So that's ordered right now. And then someone else to actually run those ads for us. So that's to make the copy, set them up in Facebook and Instagram, the Meta Suite, and so on. Then finally, we're going to hire a few people to call for us. We'll give them the scripts and then also the leads. And in a few days here, we're going to check in on all of these projects to see how the freelancers did. Now then, a few days into the challenge, what I did is my first cold calling block. And here I want to break down kind of the mechanics of both the sales funnel and the business as a whole. So first off, there is the delivery side of the business, which I'll talk about later. And that's really just working with the client and actually providing the service. What I really want to stress as well is that any business really comes down to the value that it provides. And I'm very confident in the delivery of these services. My partner and I have been doing this for a long time. And that's ultimately why we're confident that the business will succeed. So no matter how good your sales funnel is, even if you can sign clients, you really have to be able to deliver on the back end. But that said, the sales funnel really breaks down into 4 parts. The first of those is just getting leads into the funnel. Now to do that, we have some sort of reference list of the type of businesses that we're looking to target. For example, let's say we're looking to target grocery stores and maybe sell them on upgrading their website. In that case, we could either pay for a list of grocery stores with the contact, email, or phone number. We could also just go on Google Maps and type grocery store near me in a certain city and have a list just right there. Once we have a demographic and a list, we have to contact them in some way. And that is the nature of cold outreach, where we can either call them over the phone, we can email them, or we can run ads to them. In this video, we'll primarily be cold calling and running ads, but you can do cold email as well. It just depends on the demographic, but that can get really great results. Now, the point of all these means of cold outreach is to convert to a discovery call. Now, in a discovery call, that's just a 15-minute conversation where we get to know the client, we tell them about us, and we really just make sure that there's a fit there. After the discovery call, that rolls into a demo call. And in the demo call, we really go in depth into a presentation about the services, what we're doing, etc. And then typically you'll give the client a few days to think about it if they don't close on the call, like on the demo call, and then you book a close call. So a follow-up close call after the demo call. And then that close call is when they actually sign, then you start onboarding and really get into the delivery side of things. So what we're doing now is just cold calling to really get leads into the funnel and book those discovery calls. And as you'll see later in the video, there are really high conversions from discovery to demo to close calls. So really, if we can just get leads in the funnel, as in just book discovery calls with the owners, we're pretty much set as far as closing them goes. So we're less than a week into the challenge, and here is the first cold calling block.
Okay, we're going for 100 calls today, 2 people, so 200 calls, so we can get a 1 to 3% somewhere in there conversion to appointments. That should be 4 to 6 appointments booked today. And then if we can close, say, half of that or 1/3 of that, that is 2 to 3 clients at 500 plus, 500 to 1,000 a month each. That is a few grand a month in revenue, just off these few hours of cold calling.
To an email, do you think, or do you have time for, next week?
So I'm pretty busy and I'm on the road majority of my day. So email would be best because I normally read them at nighttime and then I can get back to you that way.
Okay, no worries. What was your name again as well? Okay, can I get an email then, and I will send that to you?
Yeah.
Multi-step system, so would you have like 5 or 10 minutes next week?
I'm familiar with a lot of the...
Oh, okay. Yeah, you get that.
Just send it to Mark. And then once we get there, we'll, if we're interested, I'll call.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, I'll give you some time. Cool, thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.
So that was officially our first cold call block. I think we have 4 meetings booked into the calendar. Our close rate there varies from 25 to 50%. Because we are doing sort of a guaranteed model, so it really does work out very well for everyone we do get onto a demo call. We also have quite a list here. If you just look at this of people that are looking to either call us back or talk to someone. I'm going to have to blur a lot of this out, but we do have another, again, like 10 or so people that are potentially interested in getting on a call with us. So if a quarter of those convert, and it typically is on the lower end, so between 0 and 25%, then that's another few meetings as well. So not an incredible block, but also not a bad one by any means. So we're going to do this for the next 3 days to see how many meetings we can get in. And then we'll have demo calls throughout next week and the week after, and then we'll see how many of those convert into paying clients.
Let me just look at my schedule here.
Yep. So
I'm going to give you my email, John, and why don't you send...
Okay, got that. I will shoot that over to you, and I'm looking forward.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
Appreciate it.
Okay, thank you. You have a good one. Bye. We also had a few more discovery call closes there that I didn't film, so that brings us to 6 total for that call block. Then the way I structured this was just 1 call block every day for 3 days on the latter half of that week. So that was day 1, and coming up is day 2.
Tuesday of next week, probably around.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's perfect. I try to stack all my meetings on Tuesday. Let's see, you're over on MST, so yeah, 10 would actually be perfect. I'll send you. Do you use Google Calendar for?
Okay, we booked 6 calls yesterday. This is day 2 or that second calling block. We're up to 12 calls now, which is actually pretty crazy. Like, we normally do not hit numbers like this, but this is a really good offer, and really every owner we talk to is closing. So that's win count. Let's get that to focus, is 12 for 12. We're now up to 2 days down and 1 day to go with our little calling test there. So 2 down, 1 to go. I've booked about half of those myself, and then my partner right there has booked the other half. And so we're going to test pricing and sort of how we want to approach that. But if we do a monthly retainer somewhere between $800 and $1,200 a month for these services, which is really profitable for the clients, then we are looking at somewhere between $8,000 and $15,000 per month if we close theoretically every single one of those 12 thus far. So if they all close, right, that right there is just insane, results for just 2 hours of calling. Obviously, they won't all close, but even if we can close a quarter of those, that's a few grand a month off of 2 hours of calling. That really does showcase just how powerful cold calling is. Here is meeting 1, meeting 2, and we got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 3 more are on my partner's calendar. So we're now 1 week into the challenge, and we're going to go into Fiverr and see some of the results from the freelancers so that we can start to utilize that for a lot of different forms of outreach and getting those clients beyond just those cold calling blocks. Okay, so we're in Fiverr right now. Let's go to orders. We have 1 delivered, 2 delivered, a few incomplete, some completed, and lots to go over. Okay, so first up are the results from the ad visuals. So we can see some of the ad images right here. So these are pretty generic. What I like about them is that the colors work. We have someone else who's going to actually take these images and convert them into ads that they're going to run on Facebook. So now we can get ahead and get started with that service as well. So 6 free clients is great. Accelerate your med spa growth. And yeah, we're good to run with these. Okay, we also had this white hat SEO service delivered. This is going to be a little harder to see immediate results on, but what we're going to do on a follow-on video to this one is see how actually the SEO on the website and the organic traffic and ranking and so on was impacted. Let's just download this spreadsheet. So what this guy's basically doing is putting up blogs that relate to the nature of the business, and then putting our links to a website in there, because if you have more what are called backlinks on your website or that link to your website and other websites and so on, then Google will trust your website more and show it to more people. Really what you want to do is just build great organic content over time and backlinks, but this is a quicker way to do it if it's done right. So we will see how that goes on the follow-up. Okay, so this guy, his name is Brandon, is great as far as cold calling goes. We already met with his team, and you can see right here that was our first call, and they are calling right now. So we're going to see how that goes also in the next few days. Now we have our lists, which is great to see. So this is going to be some companies that we can call, email, run ads to, etc. further on. And so the test of how good these leads are will really be the actual outreach and whether we can convert them. But this all looks like it's here. So the name, address, phone number, email, website, and so on. And it looks like same here. I will have to blur this out. This is pretty solid info that we can use to target our future clients. We also got a sales page for our website from one of the Fiverr designers. You can see him on the screen here. And now that is pretty ready to go. So now all the infrastructure is in place. All we have to do is put our foot to the pedal. That means more ads. That means more calling. We really just want to make sure we can get as many leads in the pipeline for next week so that we can then close them and really get started with the services. Now, freelancers like these can do really great work for your business, and that's why I partnered with Fiverr, which I've been using for years on this video. Now, I've been using Fiverr since 2017 when I was 12 years old on all my businesses and side projects as well, whether that's formatting books, hiring people like in this video, or creating graphic designs. So if you're looking to build your own business, or generally you do creative projects or work in business and want someone to do the manual work for you, I highly recommend signing up for Fiverr. You can do so using this code for 10% off. And the specific freelancers that I hired in this video, and you'll see reviews of all of them, are in the bio. So that said, once again, I'm really glad I got to partner with Fiverr to make this video and show the utility of freelancers. And now let's get back to it. This is day 3 of calling. Is that something you'd potentially be interested in just, discussing?
Yeah, a little bit more, but like, what would you do from a marketing perspective?
Yeah, exactly. Primarily what I do is...
Okay. All right. I mean, I'll be interested. So yeah. I mean,
that's great. So I'd love to. I can send you a really long email that's just sort of paragraphs of a little bit about me and everything. We could also just jump on a 15-minute or so call, and then I can just walk you through exactly what it is, and we can also just see each other face to face. Do you have time for that, say Tuesday or Wednesday of next week?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I'll shoot you an invite for that time. I can also send you an email with just, some of the clients I worked with, kind of a little about me as well. But otherwise, I look forward to seeing you then. And this is totally no commitment, really just, again, getting to know each other. And I'd love to just show you what I do.
Talk to you later.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Huh, okay.
But I mean, I do want to grow that part of the business. It's just like, I just don't know if I even can right now.
Okay, so how about, do you want to hop on a call next week for 15 minutes or so, and I can kind of walk through what I do, and then if you ever need me in the future, or you do have the capacity, you can just give me a call then.
Yeah, that would be fine. Let me see if we have time.
Okay. Awesome, but congratulations, seriously, if you're booked out, that's better than a lot of people right now.
Could we start at 2:30, or do you need to be after 2:30?
No, 2:30 is good.
Okay, let's do 2:30.
Okay.
And I know you said 15 minutes, but I'm gonna block off 30. Okay, I appreciate it. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
I unfortunately have to jump to another meeting now, so we just got 2 today, but that's been 40, 50 minutes of calling, so not a bad hit rate there. And now we'll see how the demo calls go.
Hello, we are back. Over the last few days, I had a few of the first demo calls, which have been really exciting because, like I mentioned earlier, that is the second step before the close call and really signing with people in the sales funnel process. And it's been insane. There has literally been 100% close rate, as in every single meeting has progressed, whether that's a discovery call to a demo to a close, or so on. Like, I've actually never seen results like this on any sort of agency offer, so I will get into what exactly that is in a future episode. But for now, I want to show you a few of those demo and close calls. So this right here was our first one, and that converted to a close call literally the next day, and then we agreed to go forward from there. That right there was both the first client that we had a discovery and then a demo call with, and he closed. That is 100% close rate that we're at just for now. That will be a $3,000 paid in full after we work for a month on a performance basis. So really good stuff there, and I'm seriously excited for next week, because if we close even half of the meetings we have next week, that will be $15,000 next month. And if we close 100% of them, that's 30 plus grand after, again, just literally 5 hours of calling. Then there's a bunch of discovery calls that I didn't film. I think we had 2 no-shows out of 8 or 9, and I've rebooked with those people for next week. And for the people that I did have discovery calls with, we're going to do demo calls with those next week. Also, here's an update on the ads that one of our Fiverr freelancers set up. We're getting pretty good message conversion costs, so I will, in an update, tell you guys how those are converting to discovery calls and then finally clients. But overall, great freelancer work here as well. There's also, I think, 3 or 4 different clients now that have either agreed to sign or have actually signed. Now, we're charging about $1,000 a month per client, but also we're doing a paid in full, a 3-month paid in full after the first 30 days of work. So 3 to 4 clients right there is $9,000 to $12,000 just in 30 days. Now, we haven't actually got the money yet, right? So we have not completed the challenge, but that is just a really good sign in that a month from now, assuming delivery goes well, which again, I'm very confident it will, then that's 9 to 12 grand right there. And really, we've completed the challenge. Of course, that does not mean we're going to stop. Like I just said, it's really time to put the foot down and get to it. So if we can hit 10 grand in, 2.5 weeks, then, let's go for 20, 30, even 50 grand. I also want to stress that is not profit off the $9,000 to $12,000. Depending on how we do delivery, anywhere from half to about 90% of that will be profit. And here are a few clips from 2 of the other demo calls. We have maintained our 100% close rate on these, so we closed them from a discovery call. That was really a demo call to a close call next Monday, so that's when we know if they're gonna fully go through. So it's exciting. Great news here as well. We just got an email from the people we had the demo call with last week, and she basically said, we're very interested in your services. I'm just going on my honeymoon. Can we schedule a follow-up? That practically means that they closed, because again, that follow-up call is just for them to say, yeah, we want to continue, or no, we don't. So in my book, that's another client. I really we'll get started on that and sign the contract and everything, presumably on the 22nd. And it is one of these spaces where it's less popular than a lot of 0.8 stars. There's just no way they're getting through that. So you guys just, like you said, you've been doing this for 30 years, right? You have a great track record. They're probably just going to ignore an ad and just go with the top, ranked website. So that was the second demo call right there. That was really smooth. I think they will go through if I had to bet, but I booked a follow-up, sort of a close call esque sync for next Tuesday, and today is Friday, so we will see how that goes. That really is a stacked day. I think we have like 9 meetings that day. This is one quick shot on iPhone update. Just as I am editing this video right now, I also got news back from one of the freelancers, that being one of the cold callers. You can see his profile right here that we hired to call for us. And the caller got 3 discovery calls, or booked 3 discovery calls with legitimate practices that have multiple locations in her last hour of calling. And that is someone on Brandon's team. And that's just amazing, because we're paying him about $60 an hour. And given that we're closing pretty much every discovery call that we get, even if that drops from leads like that, we're still looking at several $100s up to several $1,000s in terms of the average value of one of those discovery calls. And so just the fact that she's booked 3 in an hour, like if she can hold that up, if she can hold a third of that up, that's so profitable right there. So what we're gonna do is rehire Brandon and get them doing some more calls, then we'll see how they do. But really kudos to that team, and that's just amazing results when it comes to anyone looking to outsource their lead generation, their cold calling, really just appointment booking as a whole. So to recap, we're now about 2.5 weeks into the 60-day challenge. We have freelancers cold calling for us and running ads, and then most of the leads have come from my partner and I cold calling. Out of all the meetings we've had, we quite literally had a 100% close rate. So currently in the pipeline, we have 4 people that have closed, and then another 8 or so that we either have discovery calls or demo calls booked with. And like I said, we're gonna get about $3,000 within 30 days of signing with our clients, and then $1,000 a month thereafter, and that's for a 3-month paid in full. So just based off the clients we currently have, we should be able to hit the $10,000 a month mark and also get about $20,000 in cash collected within about 30 days of right now. However, we're absolutely not stopping here. This was just episode 1. So if you want to see us actually hit over $10,000, if not closer to $50,000 a month in profit from this new business, then just subscribe so you can get notified when episode 2 comes out. Also, again, I really want to explain how exactly I'm doing this, and I'm going to do that more in the next episode, but I want to hear feedback from you on what exactly you want to see, what you want broken down, and so on. So just make sure to comment what you do want to see again in those future episodes. And that said, make sure to subscribe for more. We are aiming to hit 500,000 subscribers in 2024. I also just finally got my YouTube silver play button. That is all for me, and I will see you in episode 2.